Hi students, welcome back to the class. Today I am going to explain the new chapter, that's metals and non-metals. Metals and non-metals. What is mean by metals and non-metals? What is the importance of metals and present century and present our life and non-metals? I hope all of you know what is the metal and non-metal. Simply I will tell you about the metals. In ancient time, that people know about the value of metals. Value of metals. So the metals are very important for the human life. So for example, aluminium, copper, iron, this type of metals is very necessary and very important for the human, for making the buildings and the utensils and some other things that prepared by or made by in these metals. So it is a highly different quality and their properties. That's why we are choosing these metals for making some of the things, some of the useful things for the human life. And non-metals, carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, this type of non-metals are also very necessary for the human life, for their growth and their other activities. So it is on basic of the metal and non-metals. So today in this chapter we are going to learn the properties and the characters and the importance of the metals and the non-metals. So first of all, classification of elements. Classification of element. So first of all, you want to know the in our periodic table there are 118 elements. 118 different elements. Each elements having different functions and their properties. So mainly elements classified into four category. The first one metal, non-metal, and metalloid and noble gas or inert gases. That's a classification of elements, means mainly classified into four. First one metal, second one non-metal, third one metalloid, and the fourth one noble gases. Okay. So here I am given one pie diagram. It's a diagram representing that elements, means that is a metal and non-metals present in the earth crust. It is a relative percentage of elements present in the earth crust. That first one, there are 47 percentage. There are 47 percentage oxygen present in the whole earth crust. How much? That means 47 percentage. Okay, oxygen present. And second one, silicon. Silicons also there are 28 percentage silicon present in the earth crust. First one oxygen, second one silicon. Okay. And next one, aluminium also. Aluminium. There are 8.1 percentage aluminium present in the earth crust. 8.1 percentage. Okay. And next one, iron. Iron only 5 percentage present in the earth crust. Next one, some other gases. And other one, the calcium. There are 3.6% calcium present in the earth crust. And some other gases, it means other elements. Other elements total 8.3%. These are the relative percentage of elements in the earth crust. So we have learned about the classification of element. There are four types, four category: metal, non-metal, metalloids, and noble gases or inert gases. The first one, we are going to learn the properties of metal. Properties of metal means characteristic features of metals. There are few characters, especially in the metals and non-metals. So now I will give you the properties of metals. First of all, physical state. Physical state. That means physically. That means some of the metals they are seen in solid state. Solid state, and few elements are or few metals are in liquid state. For example, aluminium, silver, copper, these are the in solid state. These metals are in the solid. And mercury. Mercury is the liquid in state. The only one metal that in liquid in state, that's a mercury. Mercury, that's a symbol Hg. Okay. And the next one, melting and boiling point. Melting and boiling point. What is mean by melting and boiling point? Some of the metals having great melting and the boiling point. They will have the highest melting and highest boiling point. Okay. And next one, metallic luster. Some of the metals and almost all metals having luster. That means shining. For example, the gold and the copper, silver. These elements are highly shiny. So is called metallic luster. Metallic luster. Okay. And the fourth one, tensile strength. Tensile strength. So we are using that metals, especially that iron and the copper wires are using for lifting the things, making the things and the machineries. Everything made by in these metals. Why? That is a high tensile strength. High strength. That's why we are using this type of metals for lifting the things, heavy things on place to other place. So that metals having high tensile strength. And the fifth one, malleability. Malleability means making sheet. For example, some of the metals having the peculiar character, that's a malleability. That means drawn. The hammering the metals, as a result, what happened? That made to sheet. So, for example, aluminium is the best example for this. Aluminium. So, what happened? The aluminium is also malleable character. That's why we are seeing that in the sheet like very thin sheet. They never lose their strength also. Okay. And next one, ductility. Ductility means they drawn into metals drawn into wires. Some of the metals, for example, copper, silver, and gold, this type of metals that drawn to wire. For example, these electric wires are example of copper. So that's a malleable character. It's made to a thin wire. This property is called ductility. Ductile characters. And next one, thermal conductivity. Thermal conductivity. Almost all metals, they are conducting the heat. Conducting the heat means the passing the heat one place to other place. Okay, that's a thermal conductivity. It is one of the character of all metals. And next one, electrical conductivity. Electrical conductivity. What is mean by electrical conductivity? Almost metals conducting the electricity. Conducting the electricity. For example, the copper and silver is also using wire for carry the electricity. Carry the electrons. That's why the metals are electrical conductivity, means sending the means passing the electricity one place to other place. Okay. And next one, sonority. What is mean by sonority? That producing the sound. Means some metals struck with the hard substance, what happened? That produce the sound. So it is a peculiar character of metals. So metals always produce the sound, that is called sonority. And next last one, density. Density means the weight. Almost all metals having the density, especially that iron. Iron is also high density compared to the water. For example, the water and oil mixing together, what happens? The oil float the surface. What is the meaning? So the oil is a less density, that's why the float. But in the case of metals, the high density. Okay, metals having high density, and some of the metals having low density. So I hope all of you understood this topic, the properties of metals. Again, First one physical state, second one melting point and boiling point, third one metallic luster, and the fourth one tensile strength, fifth one malleability, and sixth one ductility, seventh thermal conductivity, eighth one electrical conductivity, and sonority and density. These are the properties of metals. Okay. Next topic, properties of non-metal. Non-metal. So the non-metals also some of the properties. That's one. The first one, physical state. Physical state. So the non-metals seen in three states also: a solid state, gaseous state, and liquid state also. Okay. So bromine is a liquid state, and hydrogen, oxygen, hydrogen is also gaseous state, and almost all metals, non-metals are in three states. Okay. And next one, melting and boiling point. Melting and boiling point. So this one, non-metals are very low melting point and low boiling point also. And in the case of that graphite, carbon is only high melting and boiling point, melting point. Okay. So only the carbon or graphite is a high melting point. And next one, metallic luster. Metallic luster. So that's the shining of this one, non-metals. So non-shiny materials means non-metals are non-shiny, and graphite and the iodine crystals are shiny. Okay. So only exceptional case, the graphite and iodine only the shiny in the case of non-metals. And next one, hardness. So non-metals are very soft in nature, but the diamond only, that's great hardness. Okay. And malleability means here it is not possible to make the sheet. If we are hammered in the non-metals, that going to small pieces, broken into small pieces. And it is next one, ductility also. It is not possible to make wires. If we are given the pressure into that non-metals, what happens? That broken into small pieces. So, and next one, thermal conductivity. So the non-metals are bad conductors. That means they cannot pass the heat. Cannot pass the heat. So the thermal conductivity is bad in the case of non-metals. But exceptionally, the diamond is also conducting the heat. Diamond only in non-metal, that's conducting the heat. And next one, electrical conductivity. So that the non-metals are bad conductors of the electricity also, but the graphite only conducting the electricity. What happens? Non-metals actually bad conductors of heat and electricity, and a diamond and the graphite, it is only the sending the heat and the electricity. Okay. Next one, sonority means these elements, for example non-metals, they do not produce the sound. They can't produce the sound. That's why there is no sonority. Okay. Next one, density. It's a very low density. So these are the properties of non-metals. There are 10 properties given here. Physical state, melting, boiling point, metallic luster, hardness, malleability, ductility, thermal conductivity, electrical conductivity, and the sonority and the density. These are the main properties of non-metals. So I hope today's notes, all of you understood this today's topic. Very simple, metal and non-metals. Okay, and that the property is very important for us. That's why all of you want to learn the properties of metals and the properties of non-metals. Thank you.